Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box, our midpoint update here. Gaurav Kapur and Michael Vaughan. We have Bangalore, who's batting first in Chennai, winning the toss and choosing to do so. Didn't work out well for them. Lost 2 early wickets, one big one of Captain Virat Kohli, and then of the young, not so young, but the newcomer, Rajat Patidar. And at that time, it looked like, well, Bangalore was perhaps on the ropes. So what a fight back from Devdutt Padikkal and Glenn Maxwell. Glenn Maxwell finishing his, completing his half century and continuing his form of the previous 2 games. And this is where Kolkata, or this is where Bangalore is at the end of the 10 overs. 84 for the loss of 2 wickets. Devdutt Padikkal, of course, giving support while Maxwell playing the lead part. And that kind of strike rate, Michael, is good anywhere. But when you're looking at Chennai, you're going, geez, we'll take that, right? We'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. From the initial dodgy start for RCB, it's been a remarkable turnaround, and it's all to do with Glenn Maxwell. That's a special innings already at 55 from 27. And it's the effortless ease that he hits those boundaries. He makes those real hard, risky shots look so easy. You know, the hits over long on, that reverse switch hit for 6. You know, it's a tremendous gift.
What about the tennis forehand to Pat Cummins, right? The double hand, Monica Seles.
The Roger Federer over that extra cover region. Yeah, brilliant. You know, he's a genius with the bat in hand in T20 cricket. I've just put it out on social media. I've got a sneaky suspicion, as we spoke about pre-show, about this under-the-radar Glenn Maxwell with ABD, with Virat. He could end up being the signing of the tournament and the player of the tournament, because without that kind of expectation, you know, he's always expected to deliver, but because of those other 2 around him, he really is going to thrive in this RCB team. Great start. Surprised by Owen Morgan's tactics, I have to say, because Chakravarthy got those 2 wickets. And I know the matchups, we hear about the matchups. To save the matchup for ABD later down the innings, 2 more wickets in that first 6 or 7 overs, and that could have been game done and dusted. So slightly surprised by the tactics.
He got the 2. This is what, I mean, we're all watching the game, and that's what we're thinking, saying you're missing a trick. Why is Chakravarthy not coming back? And if the reason is matchup, we save him for AB. Hey, if he gets a wicket in the first 2 balls, AB's there anyway. There comes AB. So why wait and let, when you've got, I mean, and you know Ewan Morgan as a captain, better than anyone else. It kind of feels almost counterintuitive. You'd think that he's the kind of attacking captain who'd give Chakravarthy a third. When you've got your foot on the jugular, you keep pressing. You don't lift it and let the guy breathe.
Yeah, and this is, you know, the modern player would always argue with a veteran like me and say, oh, you're old school, and that's not the way that we go about our business these days. But in my eyes, the game should have to be instinctive. You know, when you're out there in the middle and you get 2 early wickets, don't think about the matchups or the pre-planned plan about what was meant to happen. When you've got 2 early wickets, go for it, go again. And they're the instinctive kind of decision-makings that I like to see. And you know, Owen Morgan will have his reasons why. You know, have this kind of solution of where he wants bowlers to bowl, to who and when and how. But I thought he got that wrong. I thought he could have bowled the leggy for at least one more over, just to have a look to see if he could get Glenn Maxwell out.
Well, they can disagree with an old schooler like you call yourself. But, I mean, the millennial is also saying the same thing as you. So, well, anyway, let's move on. Let's have a look at the bowlers and the bowling figures so far, just overall and what they've done. Well, there you go, Varun Chakravarthy. His 2 overs are 17 and 2. Harbhajan has bowled 2 overs in the power play. Well, they're doubling his workload slowly. He's bowled 2 in the power play, 2 for 9. Shakib again has had a dismal day. Pat Cummins coming in late, and of course Glenn Maxwell knows him really well. So you know that if Glenn Maxwell is set, then more days than not, he's going to get the better of him. But again, with Shakib, I mean, that's Calcutta's got to look at that, right?
Yeah, Sunil Narayan will be in that dugout, just starting to loosen his feet, I think. Sunil Narayan next game, he must be going, come on, let me out there. Shakib will have to deliver with the last 2 overs if he gets them, and also with the bat, because you feel that, you know, getting hit for 24 in 2 when his team were pretty much on top. You know, it's not a great return. So, a bit of pressure on Shakib Al Hassan.
Well, there you go. So there's pressure on Kolkata as well. And you don't hear that often, especially when you've got 2 wickets in the first 3 overs. And you've got Virat Kohli is one of them. So, yeah, perhaps Sunil Narayan flexing his fingers. I also hope he's stretching his elbow, right? I mean, we need that as well. It's time for us to sign out of here. We'll see you at the end of the Bangalore batting effort. It's a good one. It's a good recovery. I think there's going to be some fireworks to come. That's all we have for you on Cricbuzz Comm Box.